Hey everybody, it's Grant, and today we have another renovation. You might recognize this property from the last video that we did. We bought 13 units for $880,000. It appraised for 1.55. So what an awesome deal that it was. And we had to fix this unit, the next, and also the last unit. So we had to fix 3 units, as well as some siding on the side, but it came out great. I can't wait to share the numbers with you, and I think you're gonna enjoy it. So come on in. So we're in Unit 10 right now. Unit 10 is the only one that I have available, and it gets rented out tomorrow. So we just finished them, and they're already all rented. They came out beautifully. This is one where we actually decided to keep the floor. So anytime you're doing a remodel, you can always do a pro tip, or you can be a noob. And when you're being a new person, you're gonna wanna change the floor and fix every little detail. You're gonna wanna make sure you change out all the blinds in the place to fake wood versus vinyl. And you're gonna cost yourself thousands upon thousands of dollars. Not only did we change some floors, not in this one, painted the walls, but we also painted all the doors, the trim, and the cabinets. It's amazing what a fresh coat of paint will do, even on an older property. This property was built in 2008, and now, even though it's not perfect, but I'm telling you, it's move-in ready. Got a few things we still gotta do, and I'll show you those because I won't lie. I made a mistake when I hired my latest contractor, and it wouldn't be me if I didn't only show you the wins, but as well as the learning experiences. One thing that I had to stop myself from doing was changing the countertops. Because if it would have changed the countertops in this property, it would have cost me $2,500 per unit. Now that's downstairs in the kitchen, that's upstairs in the bathrooms, but you're talking another $7,500 plus I got 13 more. So that level of money, spending $30,000 plus on new granite countertops just wasn't feasible. So you gotta make sure when you buy these properties, you don't wanna go crazy all in. You wanna make sure that you do it on an affordable budget. That way it's best for you, for your bottom line, as well as your tenant to give them the great value. Because not everybody wants to pay an extra $150 a month, $100 a month, because you spent 30 grand on whatever. Another place that we didn't overspend was we didn't change out all of the appliances in the property. No matter how ugly you think they look or outdated, you can't keep going crazy on these budgets because you'll never get your money back. When it comes down to it though, I cannot wait for this range to go out so I can change it with a new one. But over time, let's not break the book. One thing I'm very proud of that we ended up doing with this property is the previous landlord was renting them for like $975 and $1,000. And he was almost like deal or no deal. He was just doing whatever he could to fill the units and not filling them with epically quality tenants. The market that we're in is extremely easy to fill units at an overpriced number. So I went with a few updates for a very fair number of $1,100 a month, which is what I rent all of my units in my fleet for, unless they're brick or a little newer, then I rent them for $1,250. So the $1,100 mark here in Lake Charles is a great deal for tenants to enjoy and to have a nice place to live. Another thing that we ended up keeping was the sink. A lot of you want to change the sink. I don't think I've ever bought a property and the sink was a sink and I didn't change it. Now if there was a hole or something crazy, absolutely. But with a little elbow grease, they come out perfect, and this property is relatively new. 2008 was when I was in high school, right? You're making me feel old. But when it all comes down to it, you want to make sure you spend what I always say, smart money versus wasting a ton of money. For instance, this refrigerator. As you can see, we have a brand new refrigerator, right? Brand spanking new. No, it was rusty, kind of goofy and nasty, and we had it spray painted. But remember, I'm not super thrilled with my contractor because this is what you don't see in that camera. There's a few spots that frustrate me. Another thing that was a pretty big expense in this property was we actually changed the front doors and back doors. The front doors were glass all the way down, and because of improper installation, when I tell you that I've never seen a door as much of a jigsaw puzzle as these are, basically in a very condensed version of what we dealt with, I think they got a good deal on some smaller doors, so they made them fit the space. That's about as good as I can make it, you understand, because basically the water was getting in, running down the side when it would rain, and rotting out the bottom and the entire door frames. So one thing I'll show you when we get outside is I'm going to be replacing all of the doors. So that's why you gotta make sure that you have a budget ready, not to spend on countertops and things you don't need, like appliances that are perfectly good, but changing out doors that almost look like it was flood damaged. So when tenants would come here, like, does it flood here? No ma'am, no sir. It's just improper installation from the previous owner. No, when I bought the property, I inherited the problems. So I had to come up with the solutions. Another reason why this individual drove me nuts. Not only do I have a few light bulbs and a few goofy things that I will show you in a moment, but I asked them not only to maybe make them tight, because that's ridiculous, but I asked for handles, like a handle. But I got cabinetry pulls. So this is just silly, very frustrating, and honestly, I not only overpaid, but I got under value of what I normally do. So needless to say, I'm not gonna mention any names, but he will no longer work for me unless it's to patch some sheetrock, because I was extremely disappointed. If you've been following the channel for a while, you know that I enjoy spacious apartments, which this one absolutely fits the build. I enjoy brick, which this one has some brick exterior. And I also enjoy the 2-bedroom, 2-bath model. Sadly, and I'll just show you briefly, this bathroom is a half bath, so it's a 1.5 bath, as well as a 2-bedroom. We just repainted the bathroom. We didn't change any countertops, and it still came out very nice for, you know, the budget that we had. So I showed you the cabinet pulls. I showed you the overspray on the refrigerator. Let me show you something that could have just been fixed, right? When we did this property, we went through it tooth and nail, and changing light bulbs was on the list. I still have 1, 2 light bulbs that are out, plus whatever else I haven't seen. I had to get my other handyman to come and help me, and he laughed. He was like, "You couldn't have waited 1 more week, huh?" And the answer is I should have, because this took triple as long as it ever has for me in the past. So the good news is, the reason I can be frustrated is, one, I want to be hard on myself so I don't make these same mistakes again. If I make a mistake, as I've said on the channel, it is no longer a mistake. As long as I learn from it, it is a learning experience. If you keep making the mistakes and keep hiring the people for the wrong stuff, you keep overspending on the materials, you're the only person that can be blamed. But once I do something, I mess up, I absolutely love to learn from it. And you gotta inspect what you expect. Also, these blinds, he left broken blinds up. We're gonna be changing those out as well. There is a reputation to be had for Navarre Ventures, my property, my real estate, and something as small as a broken blind can hurt that. So note to self. So as something I always talk about in properties, I didn't change any of the actual outlets or outlet covers. I left them all the bone or off-white. They don't look terrible. It's something that you can barely tell. And instead of spending a ton of money on an electrician, a ton of money on actual materials, we just left them. And honestly, I haven't heard a single thing from any of the tenants that have moved in so far. This is the new door that we installed. We went ahead and painted them black on the outside. So it's got that beautiful black finish that I absolutely love. And every property I own, I try to paint the doors black. And then also, instead of having the glass go all the way down to the floor, it comes halfway, so that way nobody's gonna run up, kick it, and cause you to have a lot faster replacement costs. So another thing that we did at this property, as well as all the other two, we changed out the carpet, because when we bought this property, as you've seen in the past, there was blown out windows from the hurricane that had literally scattered glass all over the carpet. And I just didn't want a tenant, if we missed a piece, for them to walk by and slice their toe and have a problem with me. So I erred on the side of caution for that, because it was a big deal to me to change out the carpet. We went to Silverado. Hey, I'm in the Chevy business, right? So Silverado, Chevy business, maybe, huh? Nobody? Fine. But anyway, we changed out the carpet. The carpet was not a huge expense. I'll cover all the numbers in just a second. But one thing that also drove me nuts was these little handrails. He left them gold, and I begged him. And finally, we changed them to silver, and it was like pulling teeth. No idea why. I could have done it. Maybe I should have been faster, but regardless, this little extra touch, instead of having gold, because the walls were yellow, it now looks very nice. So come upstairs, we'll show you the rest of the apartment, and then we'll get into the numbers. So let's do a quick walkthrough of the upstairs, just to give you an idea of what everything looks like. Once again, purchased this property, 13 units for, I can round up, nearly $1 million. And we put over $30,000 into this project. I'm gonna go over those numbers just shortly. Some things we didn't do, we just straightened out the ceiling fan blades. They're still a little bent, but we might change those out. Me and my handyman had talked about that. But truth be told, it's kind of a tie goes to the runner. And you know me, I'm always gonna err on the side for the tenant. So we'll probably spend $100 on ceiling fan blades, or 50. I need to know how much ceiling fan blades are. I'm ashamed right now. But here, come show you the Jack and Jill. So here is the Jack and Jill. We didn't change out any fixtures. They're a little mixed and matched. Also, you have this Delta faucet that I think I had when I was a young lad. I don't know why I was a lad, but I remember that. I do. And then also, whoa, watch this. Oh my God, it's still messed up. I'm gonna kick his butt. And a mistake that I actually am verifying today, my floor person, my floor friend, right? He, who does a ton of work for me, had left the carpets undone. Let's see if he fixed them or if he's gonna get a very frustrated text, because this was probably my most frustrating property I've done, and it was so simple. Let's see. No. This is my first time inspecting the property. I took a tenant through it yesterday and he was very happy. I did see the stuff and I've got my handyman coming to finish everything today. But you don't want to be cutting it this close, but at the same time, you want to get them rented fast. So this is my frustrated pose. I feel like I'm in my frustrated pose. So just these little things. I paid so much money to this guy and he gave me so little effort. So another thing is he took down blinds and didn't put them back up. So my handyman, we've measured for these, we're getting them cut, and we'll have that finished up because you don't want a tenant having to move in and not being able to have a blind. So we're gonna get that finished as well. So let's talk about the numbers. I made a mistake, and I wanna go over that with you so you can learn from my learning experience. And I've been doing this now for 14 years, and it wasn't a huge mistake, but it did frustrate me. The good news is my big mistakes are very, very small, and I hold myself to a certain caliber to make sure we don't have that anymore. So I came here the day that I got my vaccine shot. Please, whatever the comments you might have with that, I had the illness extremely bad. It put me in the hospital. I had double pneumonia, sepsis, had 105 fever for 12 days. So my doctors, I went through 9 doctors. I made 2 deductibles with this. And the reason I'm telling you this is because we were worried that COVID would actually take me the next time I got it if I was to get it again. So we made it a choice. So regardless of how you feel about the vaccines and all the rest, this was a very, very long and thought out process to get it. And so the day I got it, I wasn't feeling so hot. And I remember talking to him, I remember going through everything, and he told me $3,500. He also put in the text message, plus materials. Went right over my head, and I overspent on this job. Materials on these were just a couple doors, a couple blinds. There's really no wood, no anything else, just the front and back door, a couple of, well, it was supposed to be fan blades, but it wasn't a ton of cost, but it's the principle of the fact. I also had to pay for all the paint to paint these 3 units. I've never paid $3,500 in labor in my life to just redo some units. I already had them bid out separately. And let's just say that I overpaid about $1,500 per unit when it all came down to it, because all my other quotes were $3,500 with material in. So at a labor cost of $3,500 per unit, that brings us to $10,500 when you factor in all 3 units that we had to do. I also had some materials that cost right around $3,000 for this job. We also did flooring. All of the carpet cost me $1,600. The labor to install all of the flooring was $2,100. And I had a Bit of an issue on the outside. The vinyl siding had been ripped off of the side. The sides of these buildings are massive, about 1,500 square feet per side. So it ended up costing us right at $4 a square foot with material, labor, and everything for vinyl siding, but it still added up to $12,000. So that brings the total of this project to right around 31 grand, a little under, but there was a couple other things that we've just fixed. We're about to spend some more money on ceiling fan blades. So now let's go outside and show you a few more things that I'd like to do at this property to really dress it up and add a little bit of smart money that's gonna go a long way. And then one wish that I actually have to see what your thoughts are. So come with me. One more rant before I finish. It's still a beautiful project. It's still a beautiful turnout, but it could have been better. All three of these knobs are different, and that's crazy in itself. But he kept buying separate locks. He'd buy a front door lock, he'd buy a back door lock. And I'm like, but I want to have the same key. Are you paying the locksmith to come change the locks? And he goes, true story. I didn't think about that. They do sell them in a set. I would assume you'd probably want him to have the same key. Folks, he's very nice. I've never been more frustrated in my life. And it's just, like I said in many videos in the past, it's not always the best price, but sometimes you can get overcharged and under-delivered. So let me show you one more thing that drove me nuts. This right here is part of the way the doors were, but he just left it. He just left this open space. That is not good. That's going to be terrible. And I'm still gonna have to spend probably another 500 bucks fixing everything that he didn't. The last couple things that I want to do on this, and my one wish, the first thing we're going to be doing is pressure washing this entire driveway. I know it, you know it. It's the #1 way to make sure that you can add value to your property immediately, especially through tenant satisfaction. And also we're going to be restriping the parking lot, adding numbers because the parking is a bit jumbled at times. And the one wish that I have, I'm going to show you, come see. And it might get windy, but the one wish I have is my property goes about 10 foot out. Okay, so it goes about 10 foot. So I would like to see if I can actually build a pad for the dumpster, because it's sitting in a parking space right now, eating up beautiful real estate for my tenants to have that one extra spot for a guest or one extra spot for themselves. So right here, I'd like to pour some kind of slab that holds up and let that dumpster be here to get it out of the way of my parking spots for my tenants. So all that being said, that's it for the video, guys. If you enjoy videos like this, I hope it's not too windy. Please power up that like button, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. It is blowing, right? And I hope you have a fantastic afternoon. Remember that I 100% believe in you. I know you can do anything that you set your mind to, and never let anyone tell you any differently. I'll see you on the next one.